Battle of the Century, Sonic versus Shadow, coming soon. This is from the movie poster for Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and we're going to try a full body. I know. We can do it. Two hedgehogs fighting. Never seen two hedgehogs fighting. I wonder what that's like. Let's start with Shadow. I'm on a landscape page. Use a pencil, use an eraser, hit pause if we go too fast. Heads are up here. Right, but we're going to try the full body. And we're going to start with Shadow's eye. His big eye. So, hands coming across, little nose. Okay. Frowning pretty heavy. So we're going to start with this sort of frown thing. Right, and it curves up. And around, right? It's like a big tick. And this is like his eye line as well. So it curves around this way for the back of his eye. And then the bottom comes underneath, up into there. He has this sort of red section just on the top of his eyelid. It can be a bit hairy if you want to do it that way. Like a bit spiky if you want. And then he's looking to the left. So we go with this oval, skinny red eye. And then the black inside as well. Looking that way. So his other eye is real small. So it's underneath like his frowning sort of face kind of. We got like the middle of his nose, and then it comes this way. And this line kind of joins the side of his head up here. Can't see any of that red stuff either. And then his eye is in here. And then the color part of his red eye is small in there, and then the pupil just in there as well. Could be like a frown line or something just going that way. So what do we do? Do that shape for his face, right? So that sort of pink curve for his cheek here. Curving around this way. Like so. Kind of some hairy cheeks there. And then his nose. Black. Little nose in there. So his mouth. Downturned sort of at the back, like so. Might see a little bit of hair, just like some of that black fur just here. Okay, so we'll go up for his head. And his forehead kind of connects with his ear here going on the side. So furry sort of ear line there. The other side of it. Down that way. And his other ear, just over here above his eye, so it goes like this way. So then we got an interior sort of hairy sort of space here. Little triangle, sort of like that. And then head spikes. So we go this way. And they are quite textured in the movie, right? So they have like lots of hair on them. You can draw it smooth if you want, like the video game, but if you're looking for that accuracy, like the movie, we'll do them furry. And then the red section, so the light comes down the middle of his forehead, just there, and then back around the back of this spike. Right, so another spike this way, sticking up, comes around, meets the next one. This one kind of goes into his head, sort of here. Let's see some white lines just for the shape for his head there. And then he's got like some red on these. And he's got a tail down here. So, okay, so that's like his head spikes, I think. They're the only ones we could see. So his arm and his hand are under here, and then feet and body. So I guess we got to do this hand, and it's very sort of cartoony. So like underneath his nose, his wristband is just here, right? And then his fingers mouth like this, curving around first, and then the next finger down this way. So hands are tricky now, so take your time. Right, kind of coming down, curving down this way. And then the pinky kind of curves around itself. And it is sort of gloves, right? So he's got this kind of edge line coming around all these gloves. And then he's got rings, like a ring wristband here. Right, just like a middle line coming down this way. And then this is like a red and black glove sort of area. Over that a bit. And his elbow sticks out kind of hairy, and then back around into here. You could see like his armpit sort of area there. Maybe a shoulder or something in there. So his body, right, he's running, so I'd say his body just comes this way. Right, his leg comes down real long here. Just a straight, sort of cartoonish kind of leg, and his belly that way. So he's running, right, so one leg goes back this way and the other one's out the front. And he has some red fur here, and some white fur just on his chest. Now his shoes are massive, but he's got a tail here first. And there's another hand, so we'll just texture up some of this stuff. So his other hand comes out behind here, so we got like another sort of wrist curve line. So this is like the golden ring sort of thing. and the back. So then another hand, so it comes out here, it goes up, down, here, around that glove, finger, down that way, side of his hand, there, and then we could see 2, 3, we can't see them all, so we could see 2 more, I think. It's all like stitching on the glove and stuff. His thumb kind of sticks out here, real round. Right. Okay, these big shoes now. So we deal with this one first. So like the tongue of his sneaker, kind of that way. More like boots, really. Like massive boots. And he's got those gold rings on the shoes as well. And I'm kind of simplifying this, of course. So, and like the top of the shoe goes this way, the back that way. There's a black and white section and a red section. So we've got like this red section at the front here, which has like grips and what are those circles? There's a circle thing. Right, and then down. There's like some detail lines on this stuff. Okay. So this is quite complicated, but I'm trying to make it as simple as I can. So like this kind of stuff. Right, so it's like a boot, right? And then he has a sort of black edge. And then like a tongue area. More stitching, you know, like shoes have all this stitching sort of stuff. Okay, yeah, that's the best I could do for a shoe. Not bad. So his other one's at a different position, so it's slightly trickier. So like we can see the golden ring part and his leg sort of here. Right, and this boot is huge. So this black and white section, we'll just carve it around here first, and then we'll add the big, so it's like real big, right? So it's up past his tail. Right. And it's like if you'd ever drawn like the wall of a castle, you know, that sort of thing. Hope that makes sense. That's what it looks like to me anyway. There's all these lines coming around. They're serious boots. And then there's like this black stuff here. Like that, right? So that's shadow. I'm gonna add like lightning, blue, and I think his is like red or yellow. But we'll get Sonic in first, just make sure everything lines up properly, and then I'll add the sort of special effects stuff. So they're eye to eye nearly. So just across here, you want to leave enough room, of course, for like Sonic's ear. It's like nearly touching. But we'll go with another frowning tick or check mark here. And then his eye, big round Sonic the Hedgehog eye goes up that way. And then the green, and then the black. And then his other eye. So we got like the nose line, I guess, first, just sort of here. Then a frown coming out the other side. Now this eye is obviously smaller, like shadows. Okay. And then his forehead sort of comes up this way and goes into his ear. You got like this hairy section of his ear. Going up the side, down there. And then the inner ear line, much like shadows. So we get his cheek in again, his pink cheek. Down this way, so we go. His hand sort of covers some of his, but we'll draw it in and we can erase afterwards. All right, and he's a sort of a bigger sort of smile on his face. And then his nose is like rounder or something. It's like different. It's like longer. It's kind of like that. Okay, so Sonic's ear then, just here, kind of like where Shadows is. Keep going to call them tails. The inside section. And then we'll add Sonic's head spikes. So they can be furry, remember? Or you could do them smooth. It's a preference thing. But because in the movie they're hairy, I'll do them hairy. Right. Number 3. This one goes down quite far, like underneath his chin. And then back into his, just underneath his jaw. Just in there. And we'll add a couple of like textures just on the side of his head, kind of like we did with Shadow. So his hands are a bit easier. We can see one over this side, so we just have the white wristbands. One there, and then sort of a fist side of his finger. And his thumb sort of curved over itself. Like so. And then, so the other one's underneath his chin, right? So we got like his wristband here. And then the hand itself. So we're going like up, goes over his chin a bit, comes down like so, and then 4 knuckles. You just see like his pinky sort of here, back of his hand, and then each of these would be a finger. There is some stitching on the sides of the gloves, and then a bit of his thumb just there. So this joins his elbow, like his forearm, drawn pretty, pretty simply. They're kind of cartoony arms. And then, so like his armpit, I guess here. And that's another spike actually. There's another head spike. Like a chest muscle area, and then his body coming down to a long leg again, kind of like Shadow. And the front body here, and his other thigh coming down there, and he has pink sort of love heart sort of shaped fur just on his stomach. Might see a neck muscle or something in there, but not clear really. Okay. So this is like his other knee that goes back up into his boot here, because they're both running, right? Sonic shoes are a little bit simpler than Shadow's, thank God. So curve it around. This wrist, it's kind of like his wristbands. When he has a tail here as well. And then shoes, so pointing sort of up. You see you've got like the sole a bit. Kind of pointing up here, down. And this will have some like inside sort of lines and sort of the red on top here and a white section. Boom. Okay. Oop. There's like some little curved lines or something on his socks here. So that's that boot, and then the other one goes this way, so behind all this stuff. Textures, and I think that's it. Right, so lightning, both of them running. So lightning all like coming out of their feet and their spikes, I think. So I'm just gonna like add loads of this, and I'll just do it real quick. Yeah, kind of like this, just going off the page as well. And we'll go over here as well. Might be some sparks in between them and stuff. Boom. Shadow versus Sonic. Looking forward to this. Hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.